Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dolly, would you do roll, please?
Supervisor Flaherty,
Here.
Councilman Abbott,
Present.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Present.
Councilman Cahill,
Here.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Here.
Town Attorney Genesi.
Present.
Okay, first item tonight is the open to the floor, where each speaker is allowed up to 5 minutes at the podium to discuss anything they want. Has anybody snuck in the last 2 minutes, Chris? Nope. We've already asked all the attendees. Nobody is taking the podium tonight, Dolly, so we'll move on to the second item, which is our last regular town board meeting 2 weeks ago tonight. Dolly, thank you for, as usual, having timely minutes. I've reviewed them. I make a motion that we approve the October 19th town board meeting minutes.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
Okay, this I should know. Was it you, Jenny?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have checked over the bills and everything seemed to be good. So I make a motion to pay the bills, please.
Second.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye. And I also reviewed the prepaid warrants as submitted by Paul Adams, our Director of Finance, and make a motion we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott.
Aye.
And I also reviewed the purchase orders as submitted by Paul Adams, our Director of Finance, and make a motion that we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Aye.
You get to take a little breath now,
Okay,
right?
thank you.
Paul, my memory's slipping a little bit, but
Yeah.
was this presented at a workshop or a discussion in the last month or two?
I believe it was, yes.
If you want to just give a brief.
I could be mistaken. I'm not, no, I don't think it was discussed in a workshop. But I did get this out to the board a few weeks ago. Just a few minor changes to the investment policy. We recently closed on a ban issue, and it was a large sum of money to fund our capital projects, and we're allowed to invest that money. The earnings from that money gets credited to the debt service fund, which can later be used to pay down principal interest on serial bonds. But there is an arbitrage calculation you have to go through. It gets a little complex. But anyway, the gist of it is we have way more money to invest than what we would normally have. So I'm just increasing the dollar limits of the top end of the investments
Right.
at several of our financial institutions so that we can stay in compliance with our policy and
Gotcha.
earn some interest.
Any questions or comments, Board? And,
No.
will I make a motion to adopt the town's revised investment policy as presented by Paul Adams, the Director of Finance?
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott.
Aye.
All right, well, the next one, I think is either gonna be Paul and/or Chris Bilo, our Parks and Rec Commissioner, but I gotta say real quick that in the audience tonight is our new Director of Communications, Bridget Harvey. And her first tour item was at the rec center the other day, and you got a chance to see how robust pickleball is, didn't you, Bridget? Yeah, yes, you did, so. Paul, Chris, if you wanna.
It is robust.
Oh, it is robust.
So Chris recently oversaw a project to resurface our tennis courts and pickleball courts over near the rec center. It was funded by the Parkland Trust Fund. They came out great. The total cost was right around $144,000. There's a little bit of money left over, so that money will be transferred back to the Parkland Trust Fund, and the project will be closed. So
All right.
It's always nice when there's a little money left over.
Yep, they're quite popular.
Bill, we're running out of time with you. This is your department. You want to do it?
I would move that we close capital project H0236, Recreation Center pickleball and tennis court renovation, and transfer the balance of the unspent funds of $986.35 to the Parkland Trust Fund.
Second.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. And I guess this is another one, mostly Paul, but Chris, if he needs to chime in.
Right.
Next one.
Yep. Well, Chris could speak to this as well, but it's a new credit card processing system that goes with RecTrack. Chris
Sure.
can explain. It's going to save us some money.
Yes, so briefly, what's happened is our current registration system has notified us that as of June 2024, we have to change our credit card processing holder. So what we did is we have two options for credit card processing that works with Vermont systems and with our registration system. So we reached out to both of those vendors. One of them actually happens to be a offshoot of Vermont Systems, so it's another one of their branches. We gave them a 6 months sort of snapshot of what our credit card purchases are. They were able to give us our quote, so rather than wait until 2024, we thought it would be best for us to get started sooner, because based on our 6-month average of what we did in January for starting in January of '23, based on that 6-month average, we're estimating we're going to have somewhere of a savings in '24 of between $15,000 and $19,000 annually. So rather than wait until we have to change, we would just soon get started sooner than later.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I didn't think there'd be too many questions to it, but
That's a good thing.
yeah.
I would move that the supervisor to sign a professional services agreement with Paytrack to provide credit card processing services for the Town of Webster Parks and Recreation Department.
Second.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye?
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Now, I think, is it the next 3 or 4 are all tied to our favorite property in town, 600, Charlie laughed, 600 Ridge Road, the old furniture strippers. And for all those in attendance or watching at home live or watching in taped version later on, it's been quite a story the last several years, especially the last couple of years, as we've dovetailed to this moment, or soon-to-be moment, where we might be the proud owners of this property in a couple of weeks, huh, Charlie?
We'll be the owners.
Yeah, proud, well, yeah. 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 I don't know, I mean, does any of the board members have questions, really, on the next
No, I don't.
3 or 4 resolutions that, like I said, are all tied to what we've had workshops on, town board meetings on. The next milestone event, I think, the county legislature on Tuesday, November 14th. Will put their ribbon on it, and Charlie, we should get the deed to 600 Ridge
Yeah,
within a couple of days of that, and then proud owner.
I will be looking for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
So I make a motion, the Webster Town Board declare itself lead agency under seeker for the acquisition of 600 Ridge Road for the purpose of environmental testing and redevelopment.
Second.
Oh, wait, before you vote on it, Mr. Supervisor, just to bring to your attention, we've included the wording for resolution number 8 into the resolution.
Oh, they're combined.
They're combined.
Sorry about that.
That was done this afternoon by Mr. Artuso. So, and I reviewed and
Okay.
we're satisfied that that's appropriate.
Can we take 2 on this one, Dolly? All right. Make a motion of the Webster Town Board to declare itself lead agency under seeker for the acquisition of 600 Ridge Road for the purpose of environmental testing and redevelopment, and to complete parts 2 and 3 of the environmental assessment form, EAF, and make a determination of significance under seeker on the acquisition of 600 Ridge Road for the purpose of said environmental testing and redevelopment.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Before I read this one, I mean, because is this somewhat, Josh, unprecedented, this next one, of what we were able to get an agreement with DEC on?
It's a relatively new concept that I believe only one other municipality in New York State has engaged with the DEC on anything of this nature.
And essentially, for laymen, which I like to consider myself that, what gave the confidence to the town board to take title of this property, even though the cost is de minimis of $1, is the fact that this DEC agreement gives us the comfort level
Right.
that, you know, the liability aspect of whatever remediation of what is ultimately found to be there is minimal to the town. We're not gonna get sued.
Correct.
All right? Nope, go ahead.
You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
I would move that we accept a cooperation agreement with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation regarding 600 Ridge Road and authorize the supervisor to sign said agreement.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Well, the coup de grace, huh? So for many months, the town board and myself would talk about how whether getting that property for $1 was a good deal or not. Like I said, we've done a lot of research, a lot of people in town. Alan Knopf and Melissa Valley have been phenomenal as environmental attorneys on counseling us on this, Charlie. We do feel comfortable taking title to this property.
Yes, we do.
So, if anybody wants to read that resolution.
I would move that we authorize the supervisor to accept real property located at 600 Ridge Road from Monroe County for the cost of $1.
Second.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Before we move on, I will say that I'm targeting 2 weeks from tonight to have a resolution. We're still working out Frontier Title, who we worked with on getting a title work and title insurance policy, owner's policy for the 8 acres that we bought from the county adjacent to the highway garage. They're going to perform really the similar work for us on 600 Ridge.
Right.
The cost of that title work and title insurance policy is somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500. We don't have the specifics yet, but we hope to have that where we can do that resolution on the 16th. The town board does not have to enter into getting title work and title insurance policy for $1,000 to $1,500, but at that time, Charlie, I'm sure you'll explain to them the pros and cons of getting it. All right. Little heads up. Okay. Chris, you are still there, right? And just in case, as many of you may know, last Tuesday, we had the ribbon cutting at Sandbar Park for essentially what was phase 1 of that project. In phase 1, for the most part, was the lifting of Lake Road, moving it over toward the lake, away from the bay, the break wall, the water retention wall on the bay side, new outdoor bathrooms, a shade structure, unbelievable landscaping, playgrounds. What am I missing, Chris? Kayak launch, thank you.
Launch.
Pardon?
And a dock for boats to be tied up to.
Yeah, right down next to the, yeah, okay. Now, when we bonded that project back in November of 2021, we bonded both, or phase 1, 2, and 3. But we knew, construction-wise, we were just going out to bid and doing phase 1 in the construction season of 2022 and 2023. And it's done. Came in on time. Great. Phase 2 is the proposed education center that is down at the end, the east end of the bay. So tonight's resolution is basically, I guess, the first shot across the bow to start to look at how we would even design that and getting proposals from different design firms on it. In anticipation of that, in the last couple of weeks, we've met with the school district. It is an education center. We thought they should have, some skin in the game or ideas. We've met with the museum, with the historian, the library. We're trying to meet with various parties that could have some insights on an education center, even though it is a town park project. But that spirit of collaboration and getting good ideas is still, whatever design is come up with, I think will be a lot of insights from a lot of stakeholders in this. With that being said, does anybody have any questions or comments before I read this resolution? Okay. I make a motion to solicit request for proposals for professional design and permitting services for Phase 2 of Sandbar Park, the environmental education area.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
This is you, huh, Pat?
Yes. Yep, so the, excuse me. The next one is an addendum to an agreement we have with Monroe County Soil and Water for the Finn Park Stormwater Flood Mitigation Facility. The project's been going on for quite some time. We've been in here, we've done a workshop on the financial situation of that project, and the collaboration and the town contribution being larger than expected. We've communicated that to the county and our partners on that, and they have gone back and found some additional funds, right around $63,000, which helps out. So in order to formalize that, we had an addendum number 2 to the contract, which extends the completion date for it and increases their contribution by $63,000 to help out with the overall cost.
That's wonderful news.
It is. We like good news.
I would move that we authorize the supervisor to sign addendum number 2 to the cooperative agreement between the town of Webster and Monroe County Water and Soil Conservation District relating to Finn Park Stormwater and Flood Mitigation Facility. This addendum increases the Monroe County Water and Soil Conservation District contribution to the project funding by $63,000.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Lucky 13, the next one landed on. Well, I said earlier, I love layman term explanations, Shirley. The best way to describe this next resolution is that the Coca-Cola Fairlife project, we've said many times, is unprecedented in this town as far as size and scope. Traditionally, and Bill Abbott would be the best to speak to this, he's done this forever, and I've learned a lot from him on this code and process. The developer and their engineer has to submit to the town what they think is the estimated cost of doing site work, grading, moving dirt around, putting in sanitary sewer piping, putting in storm piping, putting in roads, site work, they call it. Coke and Fairlife estimate that site work to cost them about $40 to $50 million. Our code has that we collect 3.5% fees off of that site work cost. So you can do the math, 3.5% on 40 million is $1.4 million, and on 50 million, it's $1.750 million. Typical project in Webster the last 5 or 6 years, the 3% fees add up to about $8,000 to $10,000 on a project. So $1.4 million to $1.75 million is a little bit higher than the typical project. Now, we had developers post a security to the town in the form of a letter of credit. And they usually do that by buying such a security instrument off of a commercial bank. And that gives the town the confidence that if the developer doesn't finish the project and stops in the middle of some of the site work, that we have security, bonding, whatever you want to call it, to get money to finish it. And we looked at the Coke project and thought, it seems odd to have a company that's worth $250 billion have to go out and buy a security instrument from a bank that's probably worth 1/10 of what Coke is worth. So we said, we would be very happy if you posted your own self-guarantee in lieu of a letter of credit that you obtain at a commercial bank. That is essentially what we did, correct, Charlie?
Yes, it is. It was our idea, yeah, your idea.
It was our idea, yes. It is, I think it's part and parcel to the fact that, and I think it is commensurate with handling this project differently than your typical 50-house subdivision. So, and I think we did it intelligently. I think Coke was appreciative. I'll tell you what, I'd rather have, when I saw that guarantee and some of the signatures on it from some of the highest executives at Coke, that to me is worth more than some commercial bank, like I said, issuing a security instrument where that bank might be worth 1/10 of what Coke is. So that's my layman term explanation of the instrument. I don't foresee us utilizing that in the future, Charlie. Never say never, but, and I don't know.
Oh, they've already given us some of the fees already, correct?
That is correct. Actually, of the $40 to $50 million of estimated site cost, Pat Stevens, our highway superintendent, worked with their engineers, and I think the agreed on grading and dirt work, I'll call it, was around $11 million, Pat?
Yeah, 11.1. Yep.
Yep, and that 3.5% fees on what the final number was around $390,000. And we received that check from Coke, I think last Friday, Paul?
That's right.
So, they have been a pleasure to deal with. They are professional. Knock on wood, it's been good. So, any questions on this before we move forward? Well, I make a motion to accept a self-guarantee agreement from Coca-Cola Company in lieu of a traditional letter of credit associated with the construction of the Fairlife project.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
I told you, you might be home for the football game, guys. Come on up. We have some gentlemen here from Fisher Automotive, correct?
Yes, good evening, council, and thank you for agreeing to allow us to come before you today. We are Fisher Auto Parts. We're headquartered in Staunton, Virginia, and we have about 500 company-owned stores, and we support about 200 independent jobbers, mostly in the Northeast and the Midwest. And we are looking to add a hub facility to the Rochester market at 780 Salt Road. So I don't know if there are questions.
No, well, and Josh, anything to add to that?
I'll just add that this is proposed to move into an existing building. You may be familiar with the Northridge Church. Has several tenant spaces, one of which is vacant. That is the space that they are looking to move into. And there will be no physical changes to the building or the site. This is just to get on the record the approval of an additional use at this site, which is a permitted use in the industrial district.
Okay. Any questions or? Okay.
Welcome.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion to amend an industrial use permit to allow for the addition of an auto parts warehouse within an existing building at 780 Salt Road. Tax ID number is 066.03-1-84.1.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That was not that bad, huh? I guess Pat and Paul and Charlie, I guess, have been the most instrumental on this one.
Yeah, we found that the highway garage project required builder's risk insurance. So we went back and forth a bit and then decided to have Joe Parisi, our insurance agent, shop it around, and he was able to come up with a policy at a cost of about $35,000 that will take us through the April of 2025. The project should be complete by then, from what I understand.
Yes, it will.
So this is just to authorize purchasing the policy. It'll be part of the capital project cost. And we'll get a check out to Zurich, which is the insurance company that's offering the policy.
And that cost was accounted for in the incidental portion of the budget. Remember, we had a large incidental portion for things like this. Insurances was one of them. There was a line item that matched up pretty well with this. So it's not fully unexpected. It's just a matter of getting it into place and a little bit of coordination on that. But it's included in the current budget for the project.
Right, and Bill, do you want to put in the resolution the cost of that rider?
Sure. I would move that we approve the resolution, town board accept the proposal for insurance rider on the highway garage construction in the amount of $34,531.
Second?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Oh,
The next
Patty.
one falls to me. I move to declare the following items for recycling from the sewer department. Black & Decker drill, old tag 01096, a Biddle voltmeter, no tag, Napa timing light, no tag, All Test digital engine analyzer, old tag 02523, and the admin building air conditioning handler, no tag.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye?
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. Well, that concludes our agenda for this evening. I'm embarrassed to say I still haven't figured out how to queue up incoming calls. We'll have to figure that out, but let's do our roundtable before we adjourn. Well, there's only one side to come from, I guess, huh? Pat?
Sure. So we're in the middle of leaves. Leaf pickup has begun. We're in full swing. We've had between 5 and 7 crews out every day this week. We're actually in the middle of our second pass. The first one was fairly light. This one is getting heavier and heavier by the day. So today we decided we will work this Saturday. We're planning to hopefully put out an update tomorrow with a load count for the year to date. We're going to pick up Saturdays and we'll start overtime next week to try to keep up with the volume and stay ahead of the leaves that are falling. So that's the big thing. Obviously, the project's still continuing for the new building, which is very exciting. Hopefully, within a month or so here, we'll start foundations for the building. So that's the big stuff right now.
That's awesome. Josh?
Okay, well, I'm happy to report that we finally submitted our grant disbursement agreement with New York State Department of State for our Smart Growth Comprehensive Plan update. So that is currently making its way through the state approval process, and we hope to be able to issue a RFP for consultant services by the end of this calendar year, once we're officially under contract.
Paul?
Well, today I filed our property tax levy information that's connected to the 2024 budget with Monroe County, so it's all squared away and ready to go in front of the Monroe County Legislature. So beat the deadline and onward and upward.
That's awesome. Bill, are you warming up for your big one on December 21st, your speech, or?
Won't be any speech.
There better be.
Parks and Rec had a good turnout for their pumpkin on parade last Saturday. We've sent in the permitting for Sandbar Park for the location of the proposed restaurant area. That's down at DEC, and that could take anywhere from 4 to 5 weeks for approval. Highway was pretty well covered, so that's all I have.
I think I did well. Thank you. Patty, good to have you back.
Thank you. I don't have anything to add, perhaps a reminder for people to keep their leaves up at the end of their lawn and not rake them into the street. That's about it.
My family raked them into the street
Oh,
last weekend.
tisk, tisk.
Oh, I read them the riot act
Yes.
and got out there and, you know,
Raked it back in the yard? Did you?
Yeah.
I had to
got
almost
that in
shovel
video,
them.
right?
I mean, you know, by the time the rain, Charlie.
Well, I think the resolutions that were passed tonight are a culmination of a lot of really good work on the part of a number of the people in this room, and department heads and supervisor, members of the town board, and I know the people in the public only see the resolution. There's a lot here. There's a lot of substantive work that was done. A lot of months and months of work, and, well, I'll just leave it at that. I was very proud to be part of it, because I think we did a lot of good for the town.
After many, many years.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool.
I concur. And you spearheaded this. Thank you very much for that. Rather than giving it lip service,
I
you
can
took concrete steps.
tell you that
So,
the end product is about 10% of what I was proposed, and everybody else took it and perfected it. It was.
there's a lot of people involved, and a lot of people did a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
You know, you're working with a county. So,
it was cool.
pretty big steps.
Jenny.
Well, anyway, we have a wonderful turnout at the trick-or-treat trials in the village. You know, it's a wonderful thing to see everyone enjoy themselves and come out and support your library and come out and support your museum. You know, we have a wonderful new dog park now in Webster, so come out and enjoy that as well. Thanks for all those that participate and helped make it possible. Thank you so much, and have a good night, everyone.
John?
Well, yeah, I was downtown for a little while before the trick-or-treat trail started, and there was quite a big turnout. Moving over to Webster EMS, we've convened a panel of some very distinguished people. I'm looking forward to
Yes, you
convening
have.
and getting together. We've had some phone discussions already, and you know, I see a very positive outcome because, in my opinion, we really need to support Webster EMS. That's all I have.
Thanks. You know, we always finish with you, Dolly.
So as of Tuesday, the town is no longer collecting school tax payments. However, residents may submit their payments to the Monroe County Treasury's office until November 18th.
Great. Well, that was pretty efficient. 16 resolutions, I think, you know, just.
you did very
I think that's a record for you, Tom.
Bill, I think I'm getting this. Just as you're about to retire, I'm finally getting it.
That's good.
Have a good evening, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.